Hello, everybody. How are you, folks? We're back again with another consumer video for Detroit. And this one will seem a little odd, but it's important to have this information, guys. And these are the five worst cemeteries in Detroit. Now, like I mentioned, this may seem a little bit odd, but the point is you want to plan ahead and you want to make sure that you're working with a good cemetery and not a ripoff joint. So let's get into it and we'll explain more as we go. The number one on our list is Mayo Cemetery. And the difficulty I had a loved one pass and I was negotiating with them for a burial plot. And I said to them, I said, look, I noticed that the undertaker, the guy digging the grave there, was pouring mayonnaise all over the dirt there, over the plot. I go, what's that? He said, the owner of the cemetery. He said, well, that's right. We pour mayonnaise into the dirt, and then we pour mayonnaise on top of the box. And what that does is it keeps away worms because they hate mayonnaise. Now, they like mustard, but they hate mayonnaise. I said, does it really matter at that point in time? Well, I said, well, I mean, you buy an expensive box, you might as well keep away the worms so they don't eat the holes in there. And I have just had this creepy feeling that I spent $5,000 on the coffin and they're pouring mayonnaise all over it. I don't know about the worm story. I'm just going to have to say no to Mayo Cemetery. Now, the next one is Newstand Cemetery. They're going to be out on the far west side, guys. They're out by the Magic Shop. And it's a beautiful place. They have a little babbling brook there, very peaceful. But out front, they have a guy with a megaphone announcing every new client. So if you were to use this cemetery to bury your loved ones, they're going to announce it on the megaphone right by a major traffic intersection. And then they print it in the local newspaper. And then they have a guy wearing a hot dog outfit. And he swings this sign around in the air. He spins it around, and it's got the name of your loved one. And guys, I know it's common to put the announcement in the newspaper, but I don't want the megaphone thing. I don't want the guy with the hot dog outfit spinning the sign around with my loved one's name on it. And then they drive a car around the neighborhood and around Detroit with a megaphone on top of the car. They're like, yes, this is Newstand Cemetery. Here are today's burials. And I'm like, oh my Lord, you got to be kidding me. And so, guys, it just didn't work for me. I don't want that. I want a little bit of privacy, a little bit. And so I had to walk away. Now, number 3 on our list, guys. Hold on one second. Let me just take care of this news item here. Hold on. There's a little bit of business. This little bit of acceleration. A little bit there. All right. Now, number 3 on our list is Yammer. And this is if you don't know what Yammer is, it's when somebody's just talking and talking and talking. And that's exactly what happened to me when I tried to talk to them about getting a burial plot for my loved one. This guy kept yammering and yammering. I said, bro, I don't know where you learned customer service, but do you let anybody else talk? He said, it's on the name of the place, Yammer. You knew what you were getting into. This is what I do. And he went off on another 20 minutes. I'm like, oh my Lord, I'm never going to be able to bury my loved one. Never. I mean, if this guy gave the eulogy, we'd still be there, standing over the grave. I mean, come on. What's going on out here? What's going on with this guy? So I was so frustrated, I left, and as I walked out, he was still talking. It's not for me, guys. I'm sorry. Now, number 4 on our list is Tudor. And Tudor Cemetery is sort of like a school for cemeteries. You're going to cemetery school. And so what they do is they tutor students that want to learn the art of burial, running a cemetery, the business side, how to deal with clients. And I talked to them about getting a burial plot for one of my loved ones. And of course, I had a very young person there learning the ropes. And she said she normally has her tutor with her to make sure she doesn't make any mistakes, but they had to go out on a call, and then she was all by herself. I said, no problem. You just answer a few questions. I'll get out of your hair. I said, how much for a burial plot in the best spot in the cemetery? And she said, it's $28,000 a month. I said, you didn't hesitate at all on that. How did you know? She said, because I'm going to get that spot for my loved one. I said, well, I think I might want it, but $28,000 a month's a little thick. She said, no, I'm going to use my employee discount, and I'm going to get that spot for $1,000 a month with my discount, and you can't get it. I said, yeah, but it's probably worth a lot more than that, and maybe I want it. And all of a sudden, I'm arguing with a college student. Oh my Lord, I was out of control. And finally, I just walked away. I said, forget it, man. I don't know what's going on. So it didn't work for me, guys, at Tudor, Tutor cemetery. Or as you might refer to it, burial grounds. All right. And finally, the number 5 on the list of 5 worst cemeteries in Detroit is Peptic. Now, Peptic is a kind of a place where they're very upbeat, they're very peppy, and I said, listen, how much for a burial ground for my loved one's burial spot? And the guy said, you know what, sir? I think that you need to think bigger and broader. I go, what do you mean? He said, you need a mausoleum. And all of a sudden, he gave me this very upbeat speech about getting a mausoleum, which is kind of like a little house for all of your loved ones. And I said, yeah, but not all my loved ones live in Detroit. You know, we'd have to ship them here. He goes, do it. I don't care where they live. England, Spain, ship them here, bro. Put them in a mausoleum. Put them in your own mausoleum. Put your name at the top. And so I'm not sure I made a good decision. Well, I know I did make a good decision because I bought a mausoleum from the guy for $500,000. And so I think I have to go back, guys, and get it reversed somehow. Maybe they can chip my name off of the marble and erase it somehow and just get somebody's name up there that wants to get a mausoleum. So I had buyer's remorse. It didn't work for me. So listen, guys, those are the 5 worst cemeteries in Detroit. There's a lot of good ones. If you know of any, leave a comment. Because when you do, guys, you help everybody. You share information. You help lift this community that we all love as we rise arm in arm together, making Detroit the best city in Michigan. Talk to you soon.